there is no way I'm going to pay an extra 5,000 yen just for one single faceplate that costs like $10, $5 to manufacture. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this week's Figure News Fix. We will be taking a look at anime skill figure pre-orders between 24th of April to 29th of April 2023. A portion of today's figure news is going to be filmed from a different location, like a hotel for example, because well, I'm currently on vacation and I'm jumping around different places, visiting different places, you know? Yeah. So without further ado, let's hop into a separate location to continue with today's video, and then we'll come back to the studio starting from the 27th of April. Yeah, let's go. Alright, now we shall continue in this location for figures on pre-order for Saturday and Friday at least. Now we hop into AmiAmi.com. Before that, we take a look at the rankings on top. The top 10, there is only one single scale figure in the top 10. That Azur Lane Bremerton Kung Fu figure by Alter. Yeah, that is, in my opinion, one of the figures of this week. The one you should really go for. Yes, and in 10th place, something from Dead Space Pop-Up Rate. That's about it for scale figures in the top 10. On the 29th of April Saturday, there are no scale figures on pre-order at all, so we jump straight to the 28th of April, Friday. This day, since it is a Friday, yes, there are quite a number of scale figures on pre-order. Let's have a look. So the first one over here, this is actually a set. Precious GEM series Naruto Shippuden, Naruto Uzumaki Fujin, and Sasuke Uchiha Raijin set for 72,600 yen. Yes, that is very expensive, but if you prefer only either one, yeah, you can purchase them separately for 36,300 yen each. 36k might seem reasonable given how complex these figures are with that amazing base, but Mega House GEM, they are not big figures. They are fairly small actually. They are somewhere between 1/8 to 1/9 scale, even though they are officially non-scale. If you take a look at the dimensions below, as you can see, the overall size of the figure is 28 centimeters. So you look at the figures over here, the entire figure all the way to the top, including all those effect parts, 28 centimeters. So the figure in the center is about half of that, 14 centimeters. In that slouching pose, that is, yeah, somewhere between 1/8 to 1/9 scale even. So these are not big figures. In these photos though, these two figures look amazing, but they are definitely not the kind of thing I would buy. In general, I don't like shonen stuff. I never buy or watch shonen stuff. There are exceptions like Kime Yaiba due to the amazing animation, which is why I watch it. But yeah, I don't buy any of their figures. The next figure over here from the Idol Master Shiny Colors, we have Madoka Higuchi Midnight Monster version. Very nice name over there. 1/7 scale by Solarin for 22,000 yen. This is about standard price for 1/7 nowadays. And for an idol character, this one certainly has a rather unique outfit. This is totally screaming Halloween, as you can see the sample photos over here. There is something really subtle about the face expression over here that attracts me a lot. I really like it. But nowadays, I don't collect idol figures that much. I only have one idol master figure left, the Alter Kanzaki Ranko. Yeah, that one is amazing, that huge figure. And quite a few Love Life scales. I never completed any of the set. I did not buy all of the characters. Yeah. So with this figure over here, can I recommend it? Yes, absolutely. If you know something about this character and you like the character design, I can recommend this one. That outfit is amazing. Not to mention the face expression. There's nothing quite wrong with this figure, and hopefully Solarin can deliver with this figure. Solarin should be another branch, another subsidiary of Good Smile Company. The next figure over here, we have Kasawo Hiraite Tsubasa wo Tojite Mihane 1/7 scale. I have no idea what this is. Is it a light novel or just an original character? The figure is by Golden Head. There has been several figures from this company on pre-order recently, even though I don't know anything about the figures, like what is the quality like. Yeah, I have no clues on that. 1/7 scale, 24k once again. Yeah, typical price nowadays. And I certainly do like this character design a lot. Transparent umbrellas are starting to become a trend nowadays. There were quite a number of scale figures recently holding an umbrella with that translucent appearance, and they certainly look attractive. This figure by no means is that unique in any way. This looks like an idol character to me at first glance. I like the Solarian figure earlier, but this one isn't too bad. Oh, there is a cheaper version here for almost 4,000 yen less. The next figure on this day, Harem Quest Noah 1x5 scale by Q6 for 27,280 yen. Yes, that is a good price for a 1x5 scale. That is a big figure. And whenever I see either one of these figure companies, A Plus or Q6, you are going to get giant tits. And this is exactly what we're looking at. I'm not going to click on any of the pictures. They seem not safe for work, but this is totally not my kind of figure, right? I've mentioned it many times. There's a slightly cheaper version over here without whatever bonus that was bundled with in the more expensive version. The next one here from Union Creative and To Love You Darkness swimsuit series, we have Tearyu Lunatic. Should be pronounced as Tearyu if I'm not mistaken. 1x4 scale, 38,000 yen, standard price for 1x4 scales nowadays. In a previous episode of Figure News Fix, I said that it was unusual for Union Creative to be making 1x4 scales, but one of you did tell me that no, Union Creative is just like some sort of a distributor. Free Ink was the one that manufactured it, so it makes a lot more sense this way. With this character Tearyu, she kind of looks like Konjiki no Yami, right? Yeah, somewhat related, but I'm not going to spoil you too much on the character backgrounds. Go and watch the anime. Tearyu, there are not many figures of her in the figure market, very few. So if you like Tearyu, which is basically the MILF version, MILF version of Yami, yes, pick this one up before you regret it. The next figure over here, this one is very nice. Higurashi no Naku Koroni Sotsu Rika Furude Night Pool version 1x7 scale by Miyoki for just under 20,000 yen. Miyoki is also a Good Smile subsidiary, like partners of some kind. While I haven't seen any Miyoki figures in person before yet, my favorite figure from Miyoki so far, which is currently on pre-order as well, is that Oshino Shinobu figure, which is holding a long katana in a maid outfit. Wow, I love that figure of Shinobu so much. So this figure over here is by the very same company. I really hope they deliver with this figure. This looks fantastic, even as a swimsuit figure. Technically, this is just another swimsuit figure, right? Yeah. But with the way they set up the figure, the pose, the outfit, and there are so much vibrant colors going on, yeah, I like this one a lot. Who doesn't like lollies in school swimsuits, right? Not something I would purchase because priorities, but I really like this figure, yeah. Miyoki is one of those figure companies which I don't know much, but they are certainly on my watch list. They have my attention due to the kind of figures they have been coming up lately. And the last figure on this day, End of Summer JK Shoujo, illustrated by Leviathan DX version, 1x6 scale by a company called Yoyosuke. There are so many figure companies I've never heard of nowadays, so many new names. Yoyosuke, is that a Russian who opened up a figure manufacturing company in Japan? Interesting name there. Alright. So this is the deluxe version, 21,500 yen for 1x6 is not bad at all. And it comes with a bonus, right? Since this is a DX version. Yeah, you're getting bonus A5 replicate autographed Shikishi, whatever that is. So there is a cheaper version over here, just slightly cheaper, under 20,000 yen. Hold up, the company behind this is Max Cute instead. So Max Cute and Yoyosuke are the same company, perhaps? Anyways, let's take a look at the figure. I like JKs, I've said it so many times, but this one isn't my type, right? I'm not a fan of the proportions of the body, especially the boobs over there. It looks really weird. The proportions and the physics part of those boobs, right? I mean, look at this side view. It looks very weird. Of course, I can't really blame the company as much because this might be based on the character design. The original artist who designed the character, they have to follow it, even though it might look weird, right? From a common sense standpoint. Yeah, she is definitely wearing gym clothes. And yeah, not my type of girl, right? Not really my type. Now we move on to the 27th of April. This is an unusually busy Thursday. Normally it is Friday being the busiest. So there are quite a number of scale figures, really good ones on pre-order in this one single day. The first one here, this is from Ayakashi Triangle, Suzu Kanade, Bunny version 1x4 scale by Freeing, B-style, 38,500 yen, typical 1x4 scale pricing nowadays. Last week, there was another character from this series going on pre-order. I said that I didn't like that one as much. Yeah, this character here, I like her a bit more because, well, nice ass, yeah. But at the same time, wow, look at that. Look at that back end over there. Wow. I can see some people pre-ordering this figure just for that ass, you know? Man. Anyways, do I like her? Yes, I do. Will I pre-order one? No, not really, right? I did not watch the anime. Yeah, that character over there, she went on pre-order last week. I didn't like her. Up next, another Tokisaki Kurumi figure. I've lost count how many of them. Well, not as many as Ram and Ram, but still a lot. This one is Black Bunny version, 1x7 scale from Dead Alive light novel, specifically. Going for 21,780 yen. That is actually a pretty fair price for a 1x7 scale figure with kind of a unique base and that brass tool over there. Well, I don't see this figure to be a particularly detailed one. I can really tell from these official product photos. 22k almost, I would say that is a fair price, but if I were to buy my first Kurumi figure, yeah, this wouldn't be it. If I'm collecting quite a number of her figures and I happen to like this one, then by all means go and pre-order one. For me, no, this wouldn't be my first or second or third choice either. There are better figures of Kurumi out there, right? This is purely fan service. My guess is that it is based on one of the covers of the light novel. The next one here, there are two versions of this figure. Tales of Arise Shione Summer version, 1x6 scale, by Hakoiri Musume, never heard of them. 19,100 yen, and then there's a cheaper version over here, almost 17,000 yen. So the more expensive version, what bonus are you getting? Probably an acrylic, I think. Yes, acrylic keychains, as I thought. So really depends on whether you collect merchandise, right? I wouldn't bother with a keychain, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know anything about this character, but at first glance, from a character design standpoint, this is kind of unique in a way that since when we have came across a swimsuit figure, that is what it looks like to me, holding, well, a water rifle, water pistol, a small water gun, yes, a huge water rifle. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that before. So this figure stands out a bit in this regard, though I'm not a fan of the character design, unfortunately, combined with the fact that I don't know anything about her. Yeah, this is a skip for me as well. Oh, she is cast-offable. Alright, only the jacket but better than nothing. I'm concerned about paint transfer, you know, when you have a very vibrant color part on top of all those skin colored parts, yeah. Paint transfer might happen over time. Maybe not when the figure is brand new, but over time it might happen. That's the main concern over here, but for under 20,000 yen, really not a bad purchase. The next one here, yeah, this figure by Daiki Kogyo, there are two versions as well. This is Sakura Kaede, Kareshi ni Onegai Sarete Cosplay Suru Onanoko. Illustration by Sakura no Tomoru. Hi, Eagle version, 1x6 scale, that is a mouthful. 22,000 yen, but this is the bonus version where you are getting acrylic character plate. I don't know why people like acrylic plates so much, but they seem to be popular enough that they are frequently included as a bonus item. The cheaper version, yeah, not that much cheaper, right? About 1,000 yen cheaper. So when the difference is 1,000 yen only, maybe go for the bonus version, right? Okay, so let's have a look. It looks like she is standing on the bottle cap, and I'm not sure if I like that. Yeah, Daiki, typical B tier company, average figure company in the X-rated figure list, right? Like Native is among those at the top. And then further down, you have companies like Daiki. Yeah, they are below SkyTube as well, but their figures not too bad, not very good either. Like you look at this figure over here, this specific picture over here, look at her hair. Yeah, it looks kind of bulky. Like, yeah, the details could be better, and from some angles, her face looks a bit weird. Like for example, in this picture over here, I'm not sure if it is the lighting with the photography process, but it looks like the skin tone, the skin color of her face is darker than the rest of her body, don't you think? Maybe this is just the lighting because the hair fringes are casting shadows on her face. That is my guess over here. However, 1/6 scale, 22k, not a bad price really. Yeah. The next one over here, Rin Amamiya illustration by Saburo, 1/6 scale by SkyTube, 25,000 yen. You know, I saw this figure on Facebook and I like it so much. Man, maybe I should pre-order this one. This looks fabulous. I'm not going to scroll too much because it is not safe for work. Look at that. Look at the body proportions and all those muscles, abs around the waist region. I love this a lot. The sculpting on this figure is fantastic. I almost want to pre-order one, like right now, you know. I'm trying to think things out, you know, figure out whether it is worth pre-ordering because I rarely collect X-rated figures. Because of the fact that as a content creator, they are not very good purchases in terms of return on investment. Like, you film these figures, including their clothes removed, or you photograph them. Even if you do a great job on them, you can't really post the pictures on Facebook, for example, and YouTube as well, because you're going to get restricted in some way or even get banned, right? That is the problem. Sometimes we artists and creators, we want to express our work, our art, but we are not being allowed to, just because everything needs to be family friendly. And that is the biggest problem with X-rated figures to me as a content creator and also a figure collector, right? I would love to have the figure for sure. This is like a must-have to me. And if you were to ask me, should you pre-order this one? Yes, go ahead, because if you like what you're looking at, get one now, pre-order one now, because after release, SkyTube figures, they are not easy to find and the value is going to maintain or go up. They won't be re-released for sure. If they do, there will be a different color scheme, maybe blue color hair, red color hair, I don't know, and a different color for the lingerie she's wearing. So this won't be re-released. Go for it if you like her. The next one here from KD Call, we have a 1/7 scale figure of Elena. This is a special set, 26,400 yen. That's a cheaper version for 2,000 yen less. So with the special set version, you're getting a wall scroll, B2 sized. Alright, let's have a look at the figure. I still prefer the Good Smile version a lot more. Yes, the pose on this version by Kadokawa is more dynamic. But in terms of the color tone, you know, the color combination and the props around the figure, I like the Good Smile version a bit more. Though this one here is not a bad purchase as well. Ideally, you will want to buy both, right? But if you can't afford one, my personal preference is the Good Smile version. But if you like this one more, then sure, go ahead and pre-order this one. The next one here, Short Break of Anubis, illustrated by Nigi Komiya. Original character, 1/7 scale by Free Will Studio. Is this Will Smith's studio? Anyways, this is like a lolly version of Nito Chris from Fate's Grand Order. Do I like her? Yes, a lot. I like this a lot. There is a limit on how many figures I can buy every month, every year, and it is really unfortunate that I have to skip some of them. Just now, that SkyTube figure and this one over here, this original character, these are excellent examples on figures that I'm being forced to skip. because of a limit on my budget, but otherwise I would definitely pick this one up. If you like her, yes, pre-order it. I don't know how to predict whether this will be widely available after release for a figure by this XXYYZZ studio kind of figure companies, but in general, it is a wise idea to pre-order one, if you want to be safe, of course. The next one is also another must-have figure in my opinion. From Azur Lane, we have Bremerton Kung Fu Cruiser version, 1/7 scale by Alter, 26,000 yen. Yeah, normal price for a 1/7 scale nowadays, not cheap, yes, but it is Alter we are talking about. If you like what you're looking at, pre-order it or buy it after release. Personally, I am very interested in this figure. I don't think I will pre-order because so far every Azur Lane figure that was released by Alter, since when did they become very rare after release, hasn't happened so far. Like 3 or 4 months after release, maybe a select few characters would be harder to find, but they are never rare. Yeah. So I don't see myself pre-ordering this one, but this is definitely on my radar, on my bookmarks and watch list. I might pick this one up. Maybe a couple of months after release. Normally, I don't like girls, anime girls with all those ship parts stuck behind them. To me, it looks a bit weird to me. Personal opinion anyway. But for this Azur Lane character over here with no ship parts attached to her back, just a girl in a kung fu pose and outfit. Nice pose by the way. Yeah, I am very attracted to this figure. In fact, I would even go as far to say this is one of the figures of the week this week, yes. The next one here, also from Azur Lane, we have Shokaku the Crane That Dances with the Wind version. Such a long title. By Apex Toys, 18,400 yen. Great price once again, but Chinese figure companies, right? Their pricing are usually very reasonable. At the same time, yeah, when you start comparing with Alter, right? Alter is like leading the charge with Azur Lane characters. This is going to appear inferior, definitely. But Apex, they make great figures, and if you like this character, you like how this figure looks, then by all means pick one up after release. I don't see this figure becoming very rare after release, right? So far, it hasn't happened to any Apex figure, be it Genshin characters, those highly popular ones like Keqing. She's not rare at all despite the demand. So Apex Toys, they really mass produce their figures like crazy. Even if you choose not to pre-order this one and wait for after release, yeah, not a bad decision. To me, this figure is a bit too plain and dull because, yeah, most of the figure is just white in color. I love colors, which is why a plain figure like this does not appeal to me so much, but this base over here is fantastic at least. Very nice base. Fate's Grand Order Rider Leonardo Da Vinci 1/7 scale. This is a rider version, 24,000 yen. She is actually 29,000 yen, not 24,000 yen. This is the regular version, going for 24,000 yen. And I don't see myself pre-ordering this figure right now, but to me, this is a must-have. I'm going to pick this one up after release, but the problem is the exclusive version. I want the exclusive version, and that limited version, Kotobukiya Shop limited version, is very difficult to find after release. Yeah, because it is limited. Wow, nice details there, I love it. This is the limited version. As you can see, you're getting that faceplate over there. So you're paying like extra 5,000 yen just to get that second faceplate. It does not really make any sense. And obviously, Kotobukiya is just trying to rip off FGO fans. Because FGO is like the top 3, top 1 most popular game in Japan. It is still more popular than Genshin over in Japan. So I can see why they want to cash in by ripping off those FGO fans. There is no way I'm going to pay an extra 5,000 yen just for one single faceplate that costs like $10, $5 to manufacture. So my plan is to find her after release in Taobao. Yeah, China's Taobao, because the exclusive version, you might be unable to find it in other Japanese stores, but in China, things are quite different. You can actually find it in regular shops, the limited version, right? So I'm trying to bet on that. However, that means I'm going to need to put in quite a bit of effort on hunting down a figure. And I can understand that some people don't like putting in so much effort, wasting their time just to hunt for figure. They would rather play it safe and pre-order it. I can totally understand that. The next one is a pop-up rate of Asuna from SAO, specifically the progressive movie. 4,080 yen. Looks great. The prototype pictures look great, but you know how I don't trust pop-up rate figures by Good Smile? I've mentioned it so many times. So wait for after release, right? Yeah. Looks great, at least in these pictures, but I don't trust Good Smile enough with this product line, unfortunately. The next one is also a pop-up rate, Martian successor Nadeshiko Ruri Hoshino. 4,080 yen. Very nice looking figure, but once again, wait for after release before grabbing one. Yeah. The next one, another pop-up rate, we have Dead Space Isaac Clarke complete figure, 4,080 yen. This looks exceptionally detailed for pop-up rate figure. But my comments for pop-up rates are always the same. You might want to check out the actual product before buying, but at the same time, this figure does not actually have a face. Technically, there's no face over there, so pre-ordering one isn't necessarily a bad idea because there is no face to screw up on this figure. Yeah. The next one here, another pop-up rate, Attack on Titan Armin Arlet Colossal Titan version L, 7,500 yen. So this is closer to a 1/7 scale figure in size. What is the height of this? Wait, why is the height? Okay, 26 centimeters. So this is actually a bit taller than a normal pop-up rate L, which is like 24 centimeters. Non-scale though. Same comment, wait for after release. You don't have to bother with pre-ordering stuff like this. The next one, another pop-up rate from Attack on Titan Eren Yeager, Attack Titan version, 4,080 yen. Oh, this is the normal pop-up rate, the small one. Wait for after release if you like this one. The next one, from Kotobukiya. Wait, this figure is already on pre-order, right? Star Trek Bishoujo Vulcan Science Officer for almost 14,000 yen. I think this one is already on pre-order for some time because it feels very familiar to me. If you like Star Trek, yeah, maybe pick this one up because this is extremely affordable. I'm not much of a fan of Western comics stuff, be it Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and so on, Star Trek too, so I'm skipping this one. And lastly, on this day, wow, so many skill figures on this one day. Precious GEM series, that's Mega House, Naruto Shippuden Sasuke Uchiha. Raijin complete figure, 36,000 yen. Yeah, very sophisticated looking figure, very complicated and detailed. You would think this is a large figure, but Mega House GM figures, they are not big, right? They are somewhere between 1/8 to even 1/9 scale. This is for Naruto fans, definitely not for me. This looked like, how do I put it, a budget version of all those massive, expensive, highly detailed 1/6 scale, 1/4 scale resin figures by third-party companies in China, Hong Kong, and so on, you know. They sell for like 800, $1,000 US, and this looks like one of those figures but a budget version because it is smaller. So we take a look at the dimensions. 28 centimeters, you see? 28 might seem a lot, but think about it. 28 centimeters is for the whole thing, all the way to the top of the figure with those wings on top. So the figure is about half the total size of this entire statue. The figure is more like 14 centimeters, right? Yeah. So yeah, between 1/8 to 1/9 scale when you factor in the pose. Not a bad purchase for Naruto fans though. For me, yeah, a skip. Jumping over to niningame.com for a second, there's this one figure over here on this day, 27th April. Yeah, this one you're looking at on the screen. I'm not going to click on it. You already know what to expect. Yeah. This thing is going to trigger the entire Twitter and the SJW universe for sure. Do I like it? Yes. But no, I'm not going to pre-order that because I can't make content out of it. So if you like that one, maybe pre-order it. I don't see that figure becoming common after release. Yeah. That is all for 27th of April. Now we go down to the 26th of April. There are quite a few skills on this day. Oh no, there are no figures on 26th of April. We go down to the 25th. This is where we see quite a number of skills. Yes, there is one skill figure on this day I like a lot. Man, the first one here, I believe this is already on pre-order too. I can't remember. Vertex Originals Elf Village 6 Villager Melmu Antenna Shop Limited Edition, 27,500 yen. Yes, this is pretty expensive, but Vertex and their Elf series figures, they are amazing. And if you like what you are looking at, pre-order it before you regret it, because there has been a few characters from this series which became so rare that, yeah, Vertex plans to re-release them. They are on pre-order as well. But regardless of whether they will be eventually re-released, the point is they are popular enough to sell out and become rare and expensive. It might happen, so you might want to pre-order this if you like the character design. This limited version comes with that grass base over there. The regular version does not have it. Same pattern all the time with every figure under this series, but man, these photos are so damn... The photos are too bright that I can't appreciate the details of the figure as much. Yeah, you see, this regular version is much cheaper, 23,370 yen, but you'll miss out on that base, so I would say go for the limited edition. The next one here, B-Style Shinobi Master Senran Kagura New Link Yozakura Bare. Or Bear. Oh, Bear Legs. Bear Leg version. So this is a re-release. There was a stocking version many months ago or a year ago. 27,500 yen is cheap for 1x4, surely. Senran Kagura, no, I'm skipping on this as well. You see, this figure, from this specific angle, it looks so weird. The face and the entire pose of the figure, it looks so weird. She is almost fracturing her backbone, her spine. Yeah, don't question anime logic, right? The next one here, yeah, this figure is by a company called Our Treasure. Our Treasure is a bit like a modern day Wave Beach Queens figure, right? So about 10 years, 15 years ago, this series of Beach Queen figures, swimsuit figures in 1x10 scale by this company called Wave Corporation, they were like the pop-up parades of the past. They go for 4,000, 5,000 yen each, and you get a decent figure in swimsuits, and they were relatively popular back then. Until a certain point, they lost steam. So Wave decided to discontinue that series of figures. They're no longer a thing. Nowadays, we have pop-up parades. We have, yeah, over here, Our Treasure figure swimsuit version. So with Our Treasure swimsuit figures, they are 1x8 scale instead of 1x10. Always a good thing. 1x8 to 1x7, that is, I would say, the best scale for anime figures. 1x7, yes. This is 1x8, not bad. So this is the complete version of Rika Takarada from Double S Gridman. 16,000 yen. Not much details on the figure as you can see, which is why this is so cheap to begin with. But while I do understand how popular Double S Gridman is, these figures by Our Treasure, their price often drop after release. You can get one for 10 to 12,000 yen. Yes, brand new. They do have a number of FGO figures under this series as well. Yeah, their price dropped. And I actually have a couple of these figures in my watch list. I will purchase them at some point. So until then, I have no idea what the figures from this company is like in terms of the quality, but I can see myself buying a couple of the figures in the near future. FGO characters, of course. I collect FGO. So we'll see. And the thing with these Our Treasure swimsuit figures, they have a second cheaper option. Yeah, cheaper by almost half. This is a half complete assembly figure. So my guess over here is that the figure is only partially finished. Like, they are not fully painted. I'm not really sure what is the difference, but I know that some assembly and some work on painting is needed, maybe. I've never purchased them before. I can't read Japanese, maybe this is what it looks like in the half-complete version. Not bad actually, but could use with some touch-up paintwork. Yeah, some shading on the swimsuit maybe. The next one here, this is a re-release Persona 5 Tae Takemi 1x7 scale, 22,800 yen. yes, go for it. If you love Persona, pick up this figure. Amakuni makes excellent figures. They are like top 3, top 5 best figure company out there. I used to want to purchase this figure back then when she came out. Because this figure is very photogenic in my opinion, I could totally do a diorama photography work on her. Yeah. So if you missed out the first release, yes, pick up this one. This is a good purchase. The next one here, this is my favorite figure on this particular day, 25th of April, and I really wish I have extra budget to pick this one up as well. Arms note, it is an original character series if I'm not mistaken. Bucho-chan of the Swimming Club 1/7 scale, Amakuni just under 20,000 yen, fabulous. I'm a fan of JK's, those schoolgirl looking characters in swimsuit and a number of other different outfits. But this is totally my type of girl. My type of anime girl, totally up my alley. The pose is kind of plain, kind of generic. But for some reason, this appeals to me so much. Like, it looks so aesthetically pleasing to my eyes. This will be under my watch list, and after release, I might pick one up. There were other characters from this series which went... yeah, they became very rare if not mistaken. Maybe I should pre-order this one. The more I stare at her, the more I'm tempted. Seriously. This one attracts me and tempts me more than that Azur Lane Kung Fu figure earlier. Yeah, I like this one more, even though this is a simpler figure with smaller oppai. Yeah, I like this one a lot. The next one here, we actually have a trio of pop-up red figures, which for once, I actually want them badly. This is from Tsukihime, which is, yeah, under Type Moon as well. Not exactly Fate series, but still under the Type Moon universe. This one is Akiha Tohno, 4,080 yen. And then her two mates, right? This is Hisui and also Kohaku, 4,080 yen each. We could wait after release because these figures, they are not going to become rare. But I really do want them badly. I mean, to have the three figures together and I will do a diorama of a mansion. That would look fantastic in a photograph. Yeah. I think I'm being swayed by my photography ideas, right? So when I have an idea coming up in my mind, yeah, I'm more attracted to the figure in some way. This character over here, this is Tono. To me, the face looks a bit odd. I really hope that Good Smile fixed the figure before they release it. Maybe it is the viewing angle. As you can see, they are trio, and I would love to have all three. But yeah, the face looks a bit odd over here. I'm not betting on Good Smile to fix it, but they better do. That would be for the better. On my watch list, I will monitor them and I might purchase them after release. Yeah. And lastly, on this day, pop-up rate, Chainsaw Man Aki Hayakawa, 4,080 yen. Yeah, wait for after release before buying, right? The detail on this figure isn't great. I can already tell from his tuxedos, but at this price point, what do you expect, right? That is all for the 25th of April. We go down to the 24th of April and there are no scale figures on this day. And that concludes today's Figure News Fix from 24th April to 29th. Yeah, a lot of figures this week. I think the past 2 weeks were kind of peaceful, not many figures. Maybe because it was spring break. I don't know which week is the spring break holiday in the US, in Japan, and so on. But that might explain the lack of activity, right? But this week, wow, the amount of temptations is insane. I don't think there has been a week where I have at least half a dozen figures on my watch list and I want them very badly. Yeah, there are like 6 figures today that I want. Hopefully I can afford all of them. Yeah, so which figure this week is on a pre-order list or maybe purchase after release? Let me know down in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. See you guys again very soon, and goodbye.